3 seconds, 2 seconds.
Yo, Manny.
Yo, Abel, what's up?
Whoa, that was a quick intro.
Right? No more little music. Well, I'm not saying no more forever, but I just decided not to do the little video intro and just get right to the point.
Right.
In the meantime, we can chit chat a little bit, and this is gonna be the what do you do when you come into a large sum of money?
You just won $1 million.
Yeah.
What's your first move?
Yeah, and it's funny you brought that up because somebody here in the southmost area of Brownsville last night won $1 million.
Wow, imagine that.
Yep.
The disbelief.
Can you imagine waking up and you got the winning ticket?
How often do you play?
Twice a week.
Oh,
roughly.
wow.
Yep.
I might be like 4 times a year.
Hey, Lori, 4 times a year? No, dude, you gotta play. It got to be more often.
And it's always that feeling, dude, that I'm walking in there and I got the winning ticket, and then I don't.
Frank, what's up? How are you, my friend?
Hey, Frank.
Yeah, so we're talking. What would you guys do? What would you do?
I don't know. Hey, man, Frank's looking pretty sharp in that new profile picture. Did you get the million, Frank? You're looking like $1 million.
Maybe Frank's the $1 million winner. You look like $1 million, Frank. Seriously. Yep. So, you hear all these stories about people who won 300, 500 million.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, like they're broke. It's like totally broke.
The curse.
Frank wishes if I won $1 million, I'd get rid of my sugar daddy.
That's a first move.
Goals. She's got goals.
I'll go find sugar. Yeah, sugar kids or whatever. Some.
Thank you, sir, and you two gentlemen. Awesome. Thanks for hanging around, Sarah. And the curse of the lottery. Yes, yeah. I know it can be a great thing, but I don't understand. I'm talking about. If you gave me a couple of 100,000, that'll change my life, and I'll be set for probably for the rest of my life. You got to know what to do and how to do it, right? And you hear about all these athletes who are making whatever 30 million a year, or they're making more because of endorsements, and then they retire and then they're freaking broke.
Yeah,
like what?
Mismanagement.
Oh, huge. But you're right, Sarah. The curse of the lottery. It's not. If you don't have the right people or you don't got a plan, man, that'll disappear. You got people coming out of the woodwork just wanting to get some.
Any way they can, even if it means, jump in front of your car and get run over by you, just to get a lawsuit or something. The crazy people.
Like accidentally on purpose.
Accidentally on purpose. Yeah.
Hey, Shonda. Good evening. Thanks for stopping by. So. Let me ask the audience, what would you do if you won $1 million? If you wake up tomorrow morning and you've got the scratch ticket or the, Powerball or whatever it is, and you got $1 million.
First thing you do. I mean, let's just say first thing you do, what's your first move, right? Besides going and spending the money, what's the first thing you do when you realize you got that winning ticket, and what are you going to do now?
Yeah, the one problem is a lot of people get money before they even get the money, like the first check. They'll go to a bank and get a loan, or they'll go to an attorney, who's going to help them, and he'll say, I'll get, here's 50 grand just for the next few days. And that's already trouble. That's already getting into trouble right there.
Oh yeah. Everybody's dipping their hand in the cookie jar at that point,
Yeah. So what would you do? What would you guys do? I mean, and then, what are you going to do? Work? Are you going to stop working? Is $1 million enough for you to quit working? Do you need to keep working?
So, you just won the lottery, right? Let's just set the picture. Okay. Sign the ticket and lock it up. Call and what is it? At call?
Oh, and call a financial advisor.
Okay.
She meant, yeah.
Yeah. I heard financial advisors might do a little more than an attorney, but
yeah, actually, the first thing you're supposed to do, again, it doesn't have to be from a lottery. It could be an inheritance, right? But in this case, we're just giving an example of a lottery. you win $1 million or whatever the amount is, you have to double and triple check that ticket. You cannot be wrong. You have to double and triple check. Once you've done that, you got to sign it. Sign the back of your ticket right away. Those are the first things, the two things you do. First, you double and triple check it. Second thing is you sign it. Third thing, you lock it up and you hide it. Put it somewhere safe.
You have 180 days to claim it.
No, they give you a year. Most
Really?
state lotteries give you a year. Yeah. And then you call an attorney. And usually you get the attorney's advice on getting some financial advisors and planners and all that.
Well, in this example, the $1 million ticket here in Brownsville, they have two options: cash out or get, I believe, over 20 years, $50,000 over 20 years, something like that, would be $1 million.
Yep.
The taxation would be different. If you go and you cash out $1 million, it's 37%. So automatically you're losing out on $370,000 when you collect $1 million. So you're down to about $640,000. So automatically you're not a millionaire anymore as soon as you get taxed by Uncle Sam.
Right.
If you go the other route where you choose to do the monthly payments or yearly payments, whatever it is, at $50,000, now you fall under a different bracket at 22%. So your tax, you're only going to get $50K a year, but you're going to be taking about $170,000 more over the 20 years.
Yeah. Plus, you got to remember, on $1 million, you're probably going to get taxed about $400,000.
Yep.
Something like that, right?
$370,000.
Yeah. So it's not $1 million. So there's a program I watch. It's on every weekend or something. It's called My Lottery Dream Home.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Where people have just won the lottery, and then they call this TV show up, and then this guy helps them buy a home. And a lot of people are winning a lot of money from scratch tickets.
Wow.
I thought they were just doing quick pick, and whatever the big giant lottery is. But a lot of these people are playing those $10 or $20 scratch tickets, and they're winning $1 million, $4 million, 600,000, whatever it is. And any decent person is going to tell you, don't waste your money on that crap, right?
Right.
But everybody has got their little thing. And don't go broke playing the lottery and try to make that your
source of income.
Yeah, you're trying to win a source of income by spending half of your income. So you don't want to do that for sure. Ani says wants become needs, and eventually everything becomes wants, and poof, money's gone.
Boom.
I will say this: in Brownsville, $1 million can go a long way. I mean, housing, buying a house or whatever, buying land, very cheap. So get a financial advisor, buy a house, pay off debts. I'd probably work part-time and make some sort of investments. Yeah, it's just don't do anything. I would say don't do anything out of the ordinary. Don't listen to the guy who's going to knock on your door. Oh, we need you to invent in, cow testicles because it's going to be a big thing in 10 years or whatever.
Like some crazy new. Don't invest in something that's risky, like a high risk.
Yeah, right? Don't do anything you wouldn't do differently. It's your money, and you don't want to lose it. So
if you can make a quarter off a dollar off, for the next 100 years, and do it right.
Yeah, and then you got to figure out how much interest you're going to earn. Obviously you got to have multiple bank accounts. Some banks only insure up to how much? $100,000, right? Usually, The FDIC only covers up to $100,000. So you got to have certain kind of investments, certain places to put the money, and then you got to figure out how much interest are you earning on that. And you know what? That's a good guide for you not to overspend. Spend less than what you make in interest off your money, so you never have to dip into your jackpot. Unless you're going to buy a house. Obviously, pay off your debt, like for sure.
Most importantly.
Everybody's going to want to splurge on something, right? Usually a house or a car or both. But some of these people on this program who win like $1 million, and then they're spending $600,000-700,000 on a house.
So how about that question? Like this, we're gonna keep using this one as an example, right? Because it just happened yesterday. Guy in Brownsville wins $1 million.
Yep.
The people listening, what would you do, knowing that you're gonna take home $640,000 after tax in a lump sum, or would you do the 20 years getting paid $50,000 a year? What would you do, man? Lump sum or?
I think I would take. I don't know. If you take the lump sum, you figure you're getting half, right? So
Just about, yeah.
You're around it. Let's just to make it easy. All right, you're at $500,000.
Yeah.
So
after paying other fees.
Yeah.
Well, let's wait and see if anybody else has anything to say. What would y'all do, right? Lump sum.
Let's see. Hang on. We got some adventure. Okay, Shonda. When we won a $40,000. Oh, see, there you go. What did you do? We kicked it up and went to the lottery headquarters. Oh, picked it up. Went to the lottery headquarters a few days later. They hand delivered our check 4 weeks after that. $40,000 will help a lot of people right now.
$40,000 is good.
Locked it up. Dang fingers. That's okay. 10% to my church. Very good. Pay off all my bills. Continue working. Invest in stocks and buy a log cabin home. Dang, nice. That's nice right there.
Would you retire? Oh no, he said keep working, right?
Yeah.
Continue working.
Yeah, I mean, that money, it's a lot, but it's not.
But would you take the lump sum? I'm guessing, friend.
I don't know. Something tells me.
What about you, Shonda? Did you have an option to get the whole $40,000 or?
I think for $40,000, it's just a one-shot deal. I'm assuming it's just a one-shot deal.
And do you go back and keep playing? And how much more do you spend on a lifetime on playing, right?
And then do you keep playing after you won? You leave the country. See, somebody else, I read that today. Somebody said, plan on leaving the country. Not necessarily the country, but go out of town the day. Okay, so some states, it's a law that they have to disclose who won the money. So you have to go public. There's
a public, like you can research right now on like open records. That's what it is. Yeah.
And some of them some lotteries require that you just come out with it and you have to show who you are. And then you have other states that don't make you do that. You can set up like a corporation, and then somebody in the corporation can just come out and say, yeah, we won, but without disclosing any names. But somebody always finds out. Somehow somebody always finds out, and all of a sudden you got cousins and lost long nephews and you name it crawling out of the woodwork from every angle. So the other rule was, one of the first top 4 things was, don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody. Don't start bragging that you got $1 million. That's the worst thing you can do.
Yep, definitely.
It's a nice thought. I had a dream one time that I won a lottery. And man, I woke up and I thought it had happened. I woke up and it was so real.
Emotions.
Oh man. That was a nice realistic dream.
You called in to work and told everybody to go screw themselves.
Right. Take this job, man. Sure. But remember, you don't have $1 million to begin with.
Right. You don't.
Yeah. And that's why maybe the monthly payments are better, or annual, right? The annual payments, not monthly.
Yeah, I don't remember, man. I wrote it down somewhere, but I don't.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's annual. You get
I know it's 20 years.
You get
I
one
guess
payment.
It's annual. So the difference is that you fall into a different tax bracket. So you're getting taxed less. So at 22%, here that's for Texas, versus 37% if you take the whole lump sum.
Yeah. And then she would pay off bills, help the boys, put some in a trust for Jude, grandson, donate to Shriners, and build a huge shelter.
That's $640,000. All right.
Yeah, that's a lot of it's locked. It's tied up right there. We're talking about $1 million, not about your $40,000, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, see, that's what I want to do. Lori says I'd buy a home that's not falling apart. Shonda would take the annuity. I think that'd be wise, unless we're talking like because $1 million is not a lot in the big scheme of things. You know, the I think the jackpot for Powerball was 640,000 million, something like that. Now that's a lot of money. Now you're talking 300 million payout, 350. That's a lot of money. So you may want that in the lump sum.
I do the lump sum.
Yeah, you know, I probably would. I think I take 50K a year, 50 more than I have now. Yeah,
for sure.
But you can't. I don't know. You have the money, but you can't really buy a house. Do what?
The thing that I believe, man, is that so you have the two options, right? You can go with the annuity, you can go with a lump sum. You get the annuity, you know that you'll be not great. You're not going to be living great after taxes. You're going to be living at the standards, you know, middle class, I guess, for the next 20 years. But what happens after those 20 years? Because those 50 grand after taxes, say 40, 45, they're all really going to bills, food, you know, necessities. So in reality, you're going into the next year almost broke. And there you can't pull an investment out of those 50K because that's how much you need just to live. Unless you have some money already in the bank. Versus saying, well, I'm going to cash out. I know I'm going to get only, you know, like 600K. But with those 600K, I mean, the first thing I would do, like if I win right now, not tell nobody, say I'm going on a trip, I'll be back next week, go cash that check somewhere else or whatever and stay over there, find a house somewhere, rent the house or own or finance a house where it's still under somebody else's name so they don't know where I live. By that time, I find a house that I can buy under an LLC and they still won't know that it's connected to me.
Yeah.
So even though people know that I won the lottery, they won't know where to find me.
Yeah. And really, without cashing out, a bank will loan you money.
Knowing that you have that money coming in.
They know you got $1 million or 10 or 50, 100 million, whatever, they will front you money. Of course, you have to put the money in their bank.
More interest.
Which is fine, but yeah, that's one way to do it. You just have to cover yourself really good. You don't want to, if your name's going to be out there, you don't want to be in town when you do that. For sure. She said, Shonda, under a certain amount, at least in Pennsylvania, the annuity isn't an option. I forget the amount. Yeah, I would imagine 40 grand is just a cash payday.
Yeah.
Is it true that money's still owed if you take the 20-year payout is a loss once you pass away? See, that's what I don't know. I don't know if it can be, what do you call that?
Like an estate, you know?
Yeah. Very good question. No lump sum. It would be better in partial payments. It will last longer in the long run.
See, that's what I think. But I think will the 20 years outlast me? You know?
See, I know. And normally, that's probably a good deal right there. The problem is for some people, they're going to want to buy things and not be able to wait. And they're going to get into debt. And some of that future money is going to be gone already. Like 50 grand, some people are not going to be able to live, you know, under 50 grand a year because they're going to want to buy the big house and the cars and all this stuff, and they're going to accumulate debt already. So for the first few years, that money is already spoken for. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it's not a ton. I know it sounds like a lot of money, but if you don't play your cards right, if you're a big spender and you want flashy things, that money will disappear real quick.
I mean, I wish in that case, I would say, you know, you can just take the lump sum, throw it into like one of those investment things and just pull 50K every year and pay yourself, right? That way you always have the option to just be like, you know what, I'm taking it all. Even though you are going to lose out on 100 and something thousand because of the taxation, you know that you have it there and you can just be paying yourself if you want to go the route of the annuities, and you can be earning interest on the money, which is even better.
Right. Yeah, and then you got to have a bunch of either, I don't know, there's got to be some kind of super duper banks that you put money into instead of having it. Well, everything shouldn't be in one bank in the first place. You should split it up and you should have money in a few different locations. Like they say, you don't put all your eggs in one basket. Same thing with cash in one single bank. That could go very wrong.
Yeah, that's a good one.
How about opening up a foundation and donating all the money to yourself? Ha ha! Yeah, that'd be.
I might get some hate for this one. Kind of like what Joe Biden did, not it? With a charity of that cancer charity or something, and
Oh
he ended up
yeah,
closing it down, made a couple million.
they made money on that. Yeah, that probably wouldn't work. Yeah, now you're talking fraudulent crap. then you're in trouble with $1 million. We have so many out of staters coming to Idaho playing.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I remember when I was in Chicago. I was born and raised there, but we didn't have Powerball there. We had to drive an hour up to Wisconsin and play Powerball there.
Wow.
And so we do it like once a week, once every couple of weeks. We'd make that drive. So I get it. But now Powerball is available almost everywhere. I think almost every state. Oscar, what's up?
Hey, Oscar.
Hey guys, I would take the lump sum and invest. You know, there's some people that are good with money who can do that. Who can take the lump sum and they're not going to squander it and make it go to waste. I mean, if you got that discipline, more power to you. Let's see. Most states it goes to your designated beneficiary. Yeah, I would hope so. I would hope that'd be right. Well, yeah, but the lump sum won't get me the house that I want either. So $50K. Eh.
Yeah, it's just a boost to get you to that house. You know what you do with it might get you that house. It's a stepping stone.
Well, that's okay. So that's what I'm saying. Your lottery dream home TV program. They win $1 million and they're spending $600,000, $700,000 on a new house. But what about the property taxes and maintenance and all that
light
stuff?
bills? Just the light bills, bro.
I mean, that's a lot of money. Unless they already if they're wealthy already, that's a different story. But I mean, some people don't realize this property taxes they got on a $500,000 house. That's not cheap. And I'd want to be covered for property taxes for many years to come in the future. That money goes by itself in a different account. I don't ever want to have a problem with like that. Invest and continue your normal life. You see, but you can't. If people know who you are, that you want $1 million, everybody's coming asking for money. Even your own family. And I get it. You're going to help some of your family. Yes, that's fine. But you're going to get people coming at you from everywhere, man.
Like a new brother.
Right? Long lost brother you never knew you had. It's not lost if a will is done and the beneficiary is named, and if not, he goes into an estate and pays debts and goes okay. So it still gets paid. They should still try to get it to you and your family or whatever. But I mean, if you win that kind of money, go do an estate planning or do a will or whatever. What do you call it? A trust, and get that done, taken care of immediately. Because you might get a heart attack once you go collect the money. It's illegal if you're not a politician. It's illegal, yeah. No discipline here, nope. Yeah.
That's a hard part, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, so you got your $1 million and you took off to Bermuda, right? And you got your first deposit. Let's say you're doing $50,000 a year, and you got your first $50,000.
After tax, might be about 40.
Yep. What's your first purchase?
I mean, with 40 grand, I'll be shaking, trying to live off 40 grand. I can't do much with it, because like I said, that's literally just to buy your necessities for the year, to pay your bills, to pay your food, clothes for the kids, whatever.
Right? So
that's
40 grand is like having your income from a square job.
Yeah,
40 grand.
That's it. So you have to keep working. But it's not that fun working when you have 40,000 in the bank and you're about to make $500, $600 this week, and you're like, man, why am I even working when I got 40,000 in the bank?
Right.
It's a tough question.
That's our question right now. What would you do if you won $1 million? Hey, Nadia. It's a blind trust is recommended. Okay, gotcha. Blind trust. Oh, Shonda says, my dream home is a regular house, but on a sanctuary property with barns, stables, ponds, large enclosures of acres and acres for rescue wolves, deer, large cats, etc.
Beautiful. I can picture that.
Very nice. It kind of sounds like, hey, Hilda, good evening. Thanks for joining us for a few minutes. And that's what I want to do. I always said if I ever won a big giant lottery, some kind of huge lottery, I would build a no-kill shelter. Many of them actually, for cats and dogs. You know, as big as a Walmart or bigger, and I'd put them all over the place, and hire people, and you get people to go and collect stray dogs, stray cats, and you do that and put them there and let them live there.
Well, you wouldn't be able to do that with $1 million, though.
With $1 million, no. But it feels like the big, 600 million mega whatever super money.
I'm hearing
I can pull one of those off.
Oh, for sure, man.
Nadia says, my first purchase is to pay my attorney and CPA to put my winnings into annuities so I won't blow the money in a year. And like Abel said, keep some cash flow coming in and work. You got to invest. You know what you got to do? Real estate.
Real estate for sure, man. I mean, that's what I would do, bro. Same thing.
Yeah.
And just like you said, just the bank knowing that the money's there, they'll lend you the money. And you get way, way lower taxes on renting.
Yeah. JR, Junior, that's a quick way to blow money, that's for sure.
Junior D.
That's a way to make money disappear
for that name.
Junior D. What's up? Thanks for coming out, Junior D. 40K, you get 30K. Replace windows, took the kids on this is what she did.
Okay.
With her 40K, she got 30. Replaced windows, took the kids on a cruise, donated to Shriners, invested some. That was in 2006. It'd be gone. Damn.
Yep. So now imagine, being able to, because people, as humans, our emotion is like, well, we donate money, right? We think, well, I'm going to make a charitable donation because I feel great. So like Frank said, he'll donate 10% to the church. After you get taxed off the million, you got about, what do we say, 600K? You donate 10%, that's 60K. So you're left with 540K. You're still at around $500,000. Now imagine you could have taken that 10% you were going to donate to the church and throw it somewhere else. And now you can donate to the church every single year, for on the long term and more than 60K. We're always thinking about, next week, next month, next year, but we're not thinking about the legacy, because what we should really be focused on is breaking the chains of the poverty, right? Because some people are born wealthy and it's like they don't even know what it's like to be at the bottom. And it's so hard to break the chain for the next generation. But when you're blessed to get 640,000 in the bank, you go and you find a way to multiply that so it can last longer instead of it just being a big house. And then your kids end up fighting for that big house when you die or whatever.
Yeah, there are going to be some very bad. Unfortunately, you're going to lose some family members because you can't give it all away to everybody. They're all going to come out for handouts. All of them are. And you either make a plan. All right, I'm going to give $5,000 to each person, or from these 20 people.
Dang.
Or you're just going to say no. You're going to have to say no, and then they're going to get pissed off at you, and then you're going to lose people, and
they'll be blackmailing you and making up stuff. And
oh yeah, and bad news if you've got like a checkered past or something, and they're going to try to pull all that out, and okay, so then you got the guys who win $500 million, $300 million, $500 million. And now, they're broke after a few years. I mean, you think, damn, I could live on that interest alone. How much is the interest on $300 million?
Well,
I don't know.
I mean, we're talking about, what do I tell you? It's like 37%, bro, per million. 37%. So whatever it is times 37% in the state of Texas.
Interest rate?
No, I'm sorry, not interest. That's tax.
No, I'm talking interest. Like, what's your interest rate on?
Like to gain.
Yeah,
Typically banks are like at 1.5%. And then you'll have some that shoot a super high offer like 5%, but they'll only do like $5,000. You know what I mean?
yeah. See, that's why you gotta buy real estate that's gonna give you, multi-home dwelling. So
Yeah.
you're gonna buy a building that's got 12, 18, 24 apartments in it.
I mean, and the other beautiful part about it is that you don't even have to buy it cash, bro. Like somebody else said, you pay off your debt. Now you have pretty good credit. You got money in the bank. You go and you look for a lender who will purchase it for you. And now basically, let's say just to shoot a number, the whole complex is $500 a month, but you're renting it out entirely, at $800 a month. So you're already pocketing $300, and it's paying for itself. So you never even have to pay for the thing. It's just your credit worthiness that you build it with other people's money.
Yeah.
You never even have to put a penny in reality.
Frank would purchase a 1972 Stingray Corvette. I know the car. Use it only on the weekends. Once I'm in my golden years, resell it, get my money back, and some more.
Oh, for sure.
There you go. It's an investment. I get that. Just don't crash it. Otherwise, your investment is screwed. But yeah, I mean, first of all, you got to play. If you don't play, you can't win. And some people only play when the jackpot is like 500 mil, 600 mil. Freaking Powerball was almost $1 billion.
Wow.
A few months ago. $1 billion. Can you imagine winning $1 billion?
Yeah. I don't know how good life would feel. I think I feel pretty good about life right now. I don't know if $1 billion, I don't know, dude. It might come with that curse that we talked about earlier.
I don't know. So, that saying goes, money is the root of all evil, or money's not going to make you happy. It's like, I'm pretty sure it'll make me happy. My head is in a good place where I'm not. Yeah, I think
for sure.
For anybody, it would make them happy immediately. And can some things be a problem, like we talked about? Losing family and everybody reaching out for money, and you have to say no and that kind of thing. Yeah, I mean that's going to happen, but you'll learn to deal with it. Or that's why you have a financial person. What do you call them? Not an advisor, but a advisor, or somebody who handles your money, a money manager, or something like that. And you let them say no to everything. They can run it by you, but no.
Like, nope. I'm like, hey man, you know what? I'm sorry, my bank account is locked. My CPA won't let me spend any more than I could. I really wish I could, but I can't.
Yeah, I think I'm at my limit.
Yeah.
But that's why you kind of just have to disappear.
Yep.
And if you're going to give money to your family, then fine. You take care of your family the way you're going to do it. Send them a check or talk to them or whatever, however you're going to do it. A lot of winnings are both a blessing and a curse. There are true stories, and I've read out there, seen a lot of winners, documentaries of winners that become drug addicts, that are murdered for their money or diagnosed with a fatal illness. Like, yeah, I've seen all of those. There was a guy in Chicago, I think it was Chicago, in the burbs. He won $300 million roughly, and he used to walk around with a suitcase full of cash, with a briefcase full of cash wherever he went. And yes, he got mugged a bunch of times. What happened to that guy? I'm gonna have to look that guy up. Hey, Diana, build your own flea market. That never goes out of style. There you go. A flea market.
I mean, you can pretty much, I would say, like I said, it's not $1 million no more after taxation. But a wise thing that I think would be great is invest in a business that doesn't require merchandise. So you're not spending money on merchandise, just on payroll. When you find somebody who's already running a business like that, and you say, hey man, I want you to come and help me build this. Like, let's just say like I had tried that lawn mowing stuff last year, remember?
Yeah.
So like that, for example, I'm going to buy a lawnmower, I'm going to buy this, I'm going to buy that. I'm going to hire a marketing expert to come and market for me. And I'm going to pay him, 30,000-40,000 a year, and then I'm just gonna hire a guy and pay him by the hour to cut grass. Like little things like that you can invest in and turn it in big. If you have the right marketing guy, he's gonna blow it up. By the end of the year, he's really paying himself out of the business the way it's running. Um, Little things like that. I would not go and blow it on a mansion. That's for sure. But I would
No.
disappear from Brownsville.
Definitely, you got to start some kind of business. You need income coming in.
Yeah.
You can't just be spending because you will kill it all fast. You will, I promise you. Flea market, huh? I never thought about a flea market. Sean, a 63 with the split window.
I was talking about the Corvettes.
You guys want to buy these old cars, huh? Man, Abel, if I ever win a huge jackpot, I'll get your studios all set up. There you go.
Well,
you got to play, though. You got to play, all right?
You can write it off as a donation.
Right. I know who you're talking about, man. I think that man was killed. Yeah, I think he was murdered. Dude used to walk around with a briefcase. Everybody knew he had money all the time. He would buy everybody drinks at the bar all the time. He was flashy with it. He was dumb.
That's a bad thing.
Yeah, and now he's gone. So it's like, I don't know. I don't understand. And then you got the athletes who make 30, 40 million a year. They get endorsements and they get 100 million. Now, they're, Allen Iverson was one of those who was a multimillionaire. He was all set up in the NBA.
That guy was a beast too. He was good. Really?
Yep.
Wow. I haven't heard from him in years, man.
People take his money, bad investments, and the people set up to watch his money. They're pocketing money and they're saying, "Oh yeah, let's put 40 grand in this thing," and they're just pocketing.
And they're all in it together. They're all scamming him, basically, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's terrible, man.
Oscar De La Hoya went broke his first year too.
See?
Yep, he went and bought like a Ferrari, a Lamborghini, and went broke or something. And he was the first time he made his million. He went broke, dirt poor.
Man, that's okay. Let's get to that question. We already know most people. Let's say it's something ridiculous like 30 or 40 million, whatever. What kind of car would you buy? What kind of car would you get? Would it be something exotic like a Lamborghini or all this, whatever those super fast flat cars that look like roaches? Or what would you do? What kind of car are you getting, Abel?
It's a tough choice now.
Tomorrow morning, you got 20 mil in the bank. You can go anywhere in Brownsville you want to buy whatever the hell you want to buy. What are you getting?
I mean, it might sound weird, dude, but a Lamborghini for sure, right? But no, this new thing I fell in love with, a Suburban, but it has to be armored, bulletproof.
Like Scarface.
You know why?
Bulletproof glass.
Because not only because of that protection, but because after that it weighs over 6,000 pounds, which makes it, you can write it off in your business completely for that year as a tax deduction. So the vehicle is worth 100,000. You can write it off 100,000.
Well, let me ask you this. I guess I should ask this first. Would you stay in Brownsville area or would you leave?
Nope. I'll be out of here. I'll be out of here before I announce that I won. And I'll probably still use the same background and the same setup and just pretend I'm still in Brownsville.
With enough, I'd consider buying a large building. I can create an incubator. That's where someone offers office, salon, studio. Yep, studio space, super cheap. So entrepreneurs can get their businesses off the ground with very low initial overhead. Yep, we got one of those now here. There's been one here that Brownsville called iTech Center Incubator Program. Yeah, absolutely. David, what's up, buddy? 7% interest in a bank. Live off $70,000 a year. Never touch principal. Yeah, I can do that and have money left over. Maybe the first year you would splurge because you got a lot of money, right? But after that, So you'd buy a decked out armored Suburban.
Armored Suburban. Not like I said, not because of that. That's just as a money move, bro. That's it. It's not because I need the protection. It's just a money move because the armored plates make it weigh over 6,000 pounds.
Yeah.
That's the only reason. And then you just write it off as a business expense. So you're not, taking a hit on the taxes.
Chevy
At the same
Silverado.
time, they're pretty beautiful.
They're not a bad looking truck. So Chevy Silverado for him, Colorado for me.
Like it.
Yeah, I get that. Oh, the guy's name is Jack Whitaker, the guy from the Illinois area.
Sounds really familiar.
Look him up right now. There it is, Jack Whitaker, lottery winner. Let's see. He died in end of June 2020. He was an American businessman, a construction company. He was noted for being the winner of a 2002 lottery jackpot, $314 million. Powerball, the largest jackpot at the time ever won by a single winning ticket. After winning the lottery, he had several brushes with the law and personal tragedies. Let's see. A lot of problems. Look up that guy's name. Jack Whitaker. Just like it says right there.
Jack Whitaker.
Ani would buy a Phantom Rolls Royce.
Yeah, the Rolls Royce. You have to, man.
I mean, that's nice, but I don't know, man. And even your Suburban, once you add all that weight, it's like driving a tank around. I know you feel safe in it, but hey, Ed Hernandez, welcome. How you doing, buddy? Be safe. Thank you for all you do. I know you guys are killing yourselves with this COVID stuff going on at your clinic over there. Man, I hope you guys are protected top to bottom, all you people. Thank you for what you're doing, man. I know you're busting your butt every day trying to keep everybody safe and healthy and getting everybody recovered.
Manny, so what car would you take?
I think I'd go and buy my favorite, which would be a Jeep Wrangler.
That's nice.
Convertible. I'd deck it out, of course. And then I'd also buy a Hummer, the Humvee, the military Humvee.
You can write that one off too.
The big sucker.
Yeah, those are beautiful, bro. The Humvees, those are beautiful things, man.
There's a guy who does, he makes YouTube videos. It's called, oh man, what's that guy called? Shoot, now I forgot. It's been a while since I've looked. He does reviews on like iPhones and Samsung phones, tears them apart, sees how strong they are, tries to bend them and break them and that. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I forgot the name of the guy. He's a bald dude. I'll think of it in a minute.
There's not that many bald dudes doing.
He took a Humvee and he was converting it to electric.
Holy cow. And
he showed all these batteries he had in there and stuff, and he had to stop making it for a while for some reason. I don't know if it was health or something, but Jerry Rig. His website on YouTube is Jerry Rig Everything. And he does a lot of reviews. He tests all the phones for sturdiness, for toughness. And he's the one who's building a Humvee, the military Humvee, the big original one, and converting it to electric.
Wow.
Ultimate dream car for Frank, 57 Chevy Bel Air with aftermarket AC. Got to have the AC if you're going to be driving it down here. So, Frank, would you stay down here or would you move? Would you move out of the area or would you stay down here? Honestly, get Mercedes.
What kind of Mercedes?
Oh, come on, man. You can do better than a Mercedes. Unless that's something you always wanted, I guess.
I mean, there's some super, super, super nice Mercedes.
Then, all the Mercedes I see are like, they're not big anymore. They're like mid-size or compact or something.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's because they're not the top of the line Mercedes, but
yeah, Mercedes. There you
RV,
go. Oh, that's right there is what I would
screw the house, probably. Right? Just RV. Let's go.
Right, buy a house on wheels and just drive everywhere. Yeah,
a Mercedes RV.
Armored Suburban that still has the beeping backup video option. Yeah, it does. Get my hubby his dream ranch in San Antonio.
Beautiful.
There you go. I'd like me a little Can-Am motorbike. That's that 3-wheel thing, right? I think so. That's one of those with the 2 wheels in the front and the 1 wheel in the back. I'm loving the new Jeep Wagoneer. That'll be coming out soon. I haven't seen that yet. Maybe I have. My youngest son would buy a tank.
Whoa, nice. We can write that off for sure.
Diana, yeah, right. Diana says, yeah, just pay off your current vehicle, save your money. 40K can go quick. Invest. Okay, yeah, I know.
If you're getting the 40K a year,
but we're talking okay.
Or I don't.
That's for the 40K, but or the 50 a year. But we're talking like if you got 20 or 30 million. I'm talking big money. Big money, Diana. You wouldn't buy a new car. Come on.
I mean, at that point you got to play the money game. You know, you already played the lottery. By chance I got rich. Now the new game is how do I stay rich? You know, that's the new game. How can my money make my money? That's a new game.
Yeah. And that's where you got to be careful. A lot of guys are going to be saying, "Oh yeah, put 50 grand in here."
Yep. And they get a little cut from
they pocket. Yeah. Here's a tip for you: the guy who blew up his Tesla because of the cost of the battery was going to be charged for the battery because he modified the car, which avoided the warranty. Yep.
Oh, I heard that.
Yeah, we talked about that. The reason he was going to have to pay money to replace that battery on that Tesla. If you don't remember the story, a couple of weeks ago, a guy blew up his Tesla, just recently purchased. It was not that old, if I hear correctly. He needed a battery, and he went to Tesla, and they said nope. And you know, a lot of articles left it there. But if you read the article, it said he made some custom modifications, and he ended up voiding the warranty. That's why Tesla said, "Sorry, we're not going to replace it because you voided the warranty." So he opted to strap explosives all the way around it, and he blew it up to smithereens. And then he said he was going to buy a new one anyway. So it's not about money. The dude had the money. He just didn't agree to care. He didn't care to agree to the what he did by voiding the warranty. Move up north, Montana. Oh yeah, you've been watching Yellowstone, buddy. I know you. I know you. Montana, Wyoming, Idaho, beautiful country up there, man. Beautiful. Not a bad idea. If I won like a half a $1 billion, I'd probably go buy my own country somewhere and build a wall all around it and no visitors.
That sounds good.
You want to visit? You gotta fly in by helicopter.
A private island.
No roads come into the house. That's right. That's right. Manny, my 19-year-old wants me to tell you to look up her dream car. It's a Mercedes-Benz Vision Avatar.
I haven't heard of that one yet.
Let me see. I'm looking it up. Interesting. Wow, yeah, that's one of those things where the wheels turn, like the wheels rotate.
So is it
right?
is it a vehicle that's out in the market, or is it one of those?
No, this is a concept vehicle.
Oh, okay, okay.
I can't show it because I'm playing music in the background and I'm tying up that space. But that's pretty slick, but it's too futuristic. I definitely wouldn't drive that on the streets of Brownsville, that's for sure. Tidbit. Oh, I know what you meant, Sean. I meant to say Mercedes RV Sprinter and I've seen those. Those are badass. Those, yeah, 100, right? Even 120 grand, it's not that bad. I know it's a Sprinter, so it's not like it's not like a bus size.
Yep.
But if you know what a Sprinter van is, it's like it's a
perfect.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? Shoot, that's not a bad idea at all.
I mean, I rented a bus size one, drove to Anaheim, California to get to Disney. It wasn't the best drive up on the mountains and stuff like that for somebody who's never driven an RV. So a Sprinter would definitely just do the job.
Dude, if I had enough money, I'd pay somebody to drive me, and I wouldn't even drive it.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, you can come with. And once we stop, you're on your own, and we'll meet up in a few days or a few weeks or whatever. And I don't know. That's a lot of money. Yes, Manny. Humvee or a Hummer H1? Yeah, I think so. That was for the person who wanted the armored Suburban. I'm staying with my Rolls Royce.
Definitely. I mean, honestly, I was trying to be like, how would I spend my money wisely? But if I was to just go based on emotions, I would definitely go and blow it on a nice house by the bay or the beach and an awesome car. If I wasn't thinking about anything else.
There's some Hollywood person who was selling their house. I think they're dead already, but the house was still for sale. I can't remember who it was. I don't know. You know who? We're not. Long Island, New York has got some nice houses right on the shore.
Wow.
If you see the movie, have you seen the movie Something's Gotta Give? Something's Gotta Give. Diane Keaton, Jack Nicholson, even Keanu Reeves is in it. Have you seen that?
I think not.
She's got the house in Long Island right at the beach. Man, it's perfect.
Something like that.
Something like that I would do. I would. Exactly, right? Yes, I know. I quit. No more typing. Shonda, just slow down.
Typing.
You're going too fast, Shonda.
Keep typing.
Yeah, see? He watches Yellowstone. That's God's country, man. That's beautiful. If you haven't been out there yet, visit the Yellowstone area. Go to Montana even. Go to Wyoming. Utah is even freaking beautiful. Montana is like you go and you don't want to leave.
I love that. I love a couple acres. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't know if I would be so much at that beach house if you had, like let's say 20 acres, unbothered.
On the beach, 20 acres?
No. Like in the country. So to have the option to go out to the city or be out in the country.
Man, with that kind of money, again, we're talking 30, 50 million. I'd spend a few million to buy a nice high-rise apartment in New York, Chicago, something like that. Nice view, Lake Michigan, nice view of maybe the Hudson River in New York. That's what I would want. I want to live in a high-rise. I don't want to do maintenance on the house. I don't want to cut the grass.
Wait, high-rise like a house, or
a skyscraper? No, an apartment in a skyscraper. 80 stories high or whatever.
I wouldn't be able to.
Yeah, beautiful views.
Like for example, one time I was out. It was my brother's wedding in Houston, and I went and stayed at the Marriott. Well, I didn't actually stay, dude. I had to get out of there. I didn't feel good, man. It was on the 22nd floor, and you know how I am about like the whole airplane thing, dude. Remember we talked about this before? So this is how much the fear of heights gets me. I've been trying to get over it by standing on top of a chair once a week, but
a chair,
22nd floor, man. I literally felt my organs, like I felt the gravity pulling down. And I had to just say, hey, man, I'm not going to be able to stay here. Just give me a refund. I went and found like a 3-story hotel.
No way. Hey, Marsha. That's funny. I noticed that would be a yacht and sail the world. Single.
Wow.
Damn. Well, that'll keep you busy. It's work sailing, man. And that's kind of fun, except when you hit bad weather, or you get stuck in bad weather, or you. But that's definitely a way to live the single life. That's for sure.
I mean, literally, you'll be single out there.
Open up Manny's Pizzeria in Chicago. Yeah, you know what? I would probably buy a friggin' pizza. I'd buy one of them.
A little hot dog stand or something.
Oh man, I don't know where I would live. I really don't. I wouldn't live here, that's for sure. Definitely not. Stay in Texas, probably, yeah.
And nothing against the area, right? But I would not live wherever I live. Even if I lived in Miami, I would move out of Miami. Like just get away from the roots. Separate, because, like you said, you'll be having all them bum uncles who haven't shown up all your life saying, you know, they need a new leg or something, and you're gonna
New
feel sorry for
leg.
them. You know, I mean, it's a sad story. They got to come up with a sad story. So, and the
Your Theo Chewy needs a new a new wooden leg.
yeah, even though he already has two perfect legs, but you know the stories will be there.
You know what? That might not be a bad idea. David got the right idea. I don't know about a yacht, but definitely the RV. Just live in an RV, man. Not have a permanent address. Nobody can find you because they can't bother you because they can't find you.
Yep.
Man, see, I like that. I'm thinking that's good. When I lived in England in the 70s, I was going to buy an old Rolls Royce, but it didn't meet the U.S. specifications because of the steering wheel being on the right side.
Oh man.
Oh. You know, I don't know. I've been in a Bentley in Chicago a few years ago when I worked there in downtown. A guy I did work for, huge, big money guy. And every month he had, flavor of the month, he had the latest and the greatest car. And he brought, I don't know what it's called. I know it was a Bentley. And the thing is nice. It's beautiful, obviously. And if you got to be limoed around, that's what I would want to be limoed around in. But I don't think I'd want it and drive around like a daily driver kind of a thing.
Maintenance would be killer too. But again, if we're talking $500 million, then why not?
I'd hire somebody to drive me. I'd be freaking driving Miss Daisy. I'll be in the back seat having a rum and coke. You would need a house along with the RV, or your spouse would not make it home for you on one of the trips. You need space.
So that's what it is. Space. So then we'll, go to Mars or something.
Is it legal to do those, what a fifth wheel is?
Yeah.
Can you do fifth wheel trailer? Like a double fifth wheel or one behind the other one?
Double axle.
Yeah. Your spouse can go in the back one and you'd
be like Hollywood stars, dude. You guys just show up to a trailer park, get your trailers parked. See you there, honey. Yeah.
I think it's okay to ship them over to Zia now. Well, you can buy when they retire Jeeps from the post office, you can buy those vehicles, and that steering is on the right side.
I've seen one of them European cars over here. I don't remember which one it is, but it's one of those, like little 4-cylinder ones, 6-cylinder maybe. Toyota Supra with the wheel on the other side, dude. That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yep. I don't know how, but that's the one.
You know what I think I'd buy me too? A DeLorean. I think with $500 million you can pull that off. In fact, there's a place in Texas. When DeLorean went out of business, they bought all the parts because they still had hundreds and thousands that they didn't build yet. And they can actually build you a brand new DeLorean. You can still buy one brand new.
Imagine that.
I thought those were hot cars. $1 million ain't much. It isn't really that much with the U.S. inflation right now. Yep. I'll make it go a long way. Working remote in different state parks with your RV and satellite, one of the coolest ways to thrive in the U.S.
Yeah. I mean, and I just left that to the point, that just says you have a killer work ethic. But if you can just find someone to work for you, find a job that needs somebody to work and you just put somebody else there and you pay them, you're making them and their family money. So they're happy. You're making an extra money. You're happy. You don't even have to work. It's great.
Good night, Frank.
Good night, Mr. Frank.
Good stuff watching Yellowstone. That's what I was watching before coming on here. Dude, David, you know what? Yeah, you know what? That's I would have the RV and I'd have my what's satellite? The Tesla internet?
Oh, the Starlink.
Not Tesla. Yeah, Starlink. The Musk. The SpaceX Starlink. Because you can have that anywhere.
Have you ever seen that satellite pass by?
I've seen a whole trail of them. I
Yeah,
thought it
that
was so
scared the
cool.
living life out of me. At night.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. It's an amazing feat. It's an amazing thing. This guy, Elon Musk, what he's doing. It's just amazing. I know people don't like him because he makes too much money. He shouldn't make that much money. Or he doesn't pay enough taxes. He's paying, how much is he paying? 11 billion?
That's a lot of money,
That's a heck of a lot of money. But some people are still not happy with that. It's like, you know what? Somebody who's making a contribution to the human race. I mean, sending people to space.
That's futuristic.
I mean, and it's not NASA. It's not government. He decided to build rockets, put them up there. He sent his freaking car up there. One of the first ones that went up. There's a car right now floating around up there somewhere. The electric car.
Now he has satellites.
They're still a little pricey. Phones. Yeah, a little pricey right now, the electric cars, but I mean, these are huge accomplishments. And then the satellite thing, Starlink. Every time he launches a rocket with satellites, how many satellites go up at a time? A couple of hundred or something like that?
I'm not too sure, but
I mean, eventually it's going to be a whole row of satellites going around like a train.
That's why it's called Starlink. Those things literally link to each other.
Yeah.
Like artificial intelligence. If you haven't seen them, I mean, I think those things are like, if you look at the sky one day and see these things moving, they're like 5 in a row. They look like stars, and you just see them rolling around, and you're like, what the heck? I tripped out, dude. Like, seriously, I was like, what is that?
The one that I saw, I lost count. I counted 30 or 40 satellites, and then I lost count.
Wow.
It was a whole train of them.
Wow.
And for what he accomplished, all the jobs he's created on this planet, you know what? Let him make his million. I don't care. I mean, he's making a contribution to the human race, to society.
I mean, it's not like you hear him spending it lavishly. You know what I mean?
It's not like, you see the reports, he's at a strip club or he's driving the latest Ferrari here. No, he's selling all his houses. He sold them all, if I'm not mistaken, already. He lives in a tiny house, and I think it's a container. I think it's a container.
Yeah, they just literally, that thing comes in a box. It's called, I think, U-Box or something like that. They ship it like on one of those flatbed trailers, so it's a flat thing.
Yeah.
Once it shows up to the site, they just pop up one, pop up the other, pop up the other, like that.
That's what he's living in. And you know what? Let him be, man. Let him be.
And that's crazy.
People are going to hate no matter what. Good night, Frank. Over half $1 billion, you could probably make your own DeLorean time travel. Yeah. I don't know if I want to travel time, but just to have it. Oscar says, right, I've seen some Mini Cooper from England here in right-hand drive. Yeah, I've seen that. I just wouldn't want to drive on the right side. I don't know. I mean, that's a disaster waiting to happen.
Right? Like you just forget sometimes,
Right.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Or I can imagine people from there who come stateside and they got to drive now on the left side. The left side of the car, right side of the road.
That's
how complicated that is.
Talk about a sobriety test.
No, thanks. He earned it. More power to him. That's right. I agree. Let him be. He's not being a jerk with his money. He's not being a jerk with his business or any of that stuff. He's trying to do the best. I think he's keeping everything in perspective, and he's not being lavish. So, haters, calm down. Let him be. Let him be. Don't criticize. He's created, I don't know. I don't even know how many millions of jobs he's created. Have you done it? Most people? No. And I think if you're creating jobs, that kind of jobs, and you're employing people and allowing people to earn a living, and you're creating jobs constantly, guess what? You get a tax break in my eyes. I don't care.
Man, they changed so many lives. You know, he's changed so many lives, so many families' lives, giving people opportunities that they wouldn't have right now.
Yeah.
Imagine they just didn't never it never existed. Where would all those people be working right now? Like,
Elon's vision has sure been really incredible. Yeah, I agree. I think he's really helped humanity in so many ways. I feel sometimes he is a slave to his work, but maybe that's what motivates him. That's all he's got is his kid. I think he's only got one kid. I could be wrong.
I think he has a few. He has
But
one with that one girl, but the ex-wife, he
he's
has
got
another
other.
two.
Okay, but I mean, he has a lot of time that he could be doing other worthless things, but instead he's a workaholic. He wants to. I know at some point he wants to build housing on Mars, if I'm not mistaken.
Imagine the accomplishment for not only for him, right? At that point, humanity is going to want to take that accomplishment, the credit of the accomplishment.
Yeah,
But
that's a friggin' accomplishment. And the dude sleeps. What do you say? 6 hours a night on
6
average.
hours. He said he tried 5 hours, but he doesn't see the purpose. There's no more productivity after. With 6 hours, he's super productive. If he tries to sleep 5 hours, the productivity actually decreases.
Not enough, right?
Yeah.
And then anything beyond that was too much.
No purpose. And then we go back to Nikola Tesla, the old school guy, Nikola Tesla. He was on the Uberman sleep cycle. So that one he would stay awake for 6 hours. So every 6 hours he would take a 20-minute nap. He didn't have a 6-hour sleep, 8 hours sleep. It was a 20-minute nap every 6 hours. That's crazy.
20 minutes.
20 minutes every 6 hours.
Dang. That's not much. And they say if when you take a nap, you want to take about a 20-minute nap. I think 20 to 40 minutes. That's it. That's what you call a true power nap. If you do more than that, then you're getting too drowsy. You get into a deep, super deep sleep. Less than that, you're not resting enough. So it's like a 20-minute, 25-minute is right around that mark. If I'm not mistaken. But that's discipline. That means you go into that room, close the door, turn off the lights, and you try to fall asleep.
Yeah.
Not be on your phone or watching TV or listening to the radio. No, it's just lights out, take a nap.
And that's what this dude was doing every 6 hours, 20-minute nap. He had somebody wake him up, on the 6-hour mark. Like, okay, back to research or back to whatever. And it's actually a thing. People are on the Uberman sleep cycle currently. I tried it last week. I took I made it through my first 2 naps and then I just fell asleep for the 6 hours or whatever. I can't, bro. No way. It's crazy.
Wish I could hibernate. Shauna said, I wish I could hibernate from Christmas through March. I wish I could hibernate, honestly.
Through COVID or what?
Right after Thanksgiving up until January 2nd. Just not necessarily a fan of the holidays. I just want to get it over with. As a self-employed, business kind of dies right after Thanksgiving.
Yep, you're right.
So, just take the month off. I used to drive my 73 Super Beetle in England. Left-handed drive. It was a piece of cake.
Was it standard? Pretty sure, right?
Left-handed in England where they drive on the right side. Oh. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure you got used to it. It wasn't hard at all. Yeah, and then, so the controls, well, he was driving a regular car just over there.
Oh, okay. So he was actually
driving a U.S. car over there.
Okay, gotcha. I was wondering, like, if you have that, standard car manual with your left hand, you can imagine the difficulties for us right-handers.
Right? Elon's such a savage, too. I think he's too truthful and it gets him in trouble. I admire him and want the best for him. I hope he lives into his hundreds to see how much he inspired everyone. Yeah. I mean, right now, there's no one else like him that we know of anyway.
No.
So
that's innovation right there, bro. That's innovation.
I hope he's got a plan, for should something tragic happen.
Well, that Neuralink thing he's coming up with might replace anything that's going on in his brain,
What is Neuralink?
Neuralink, that thing that he says it's about the size of a watch, and they implant it in your brain.
No
You
way.
you haven't heard of it? No. So that's basically what that's when machine will meet human, and it's in the works now. It's been like 3-4 years. It's like already on. By now, it should already be like on its beta or whatever.
Neuralink
So,
breakthrough technology for the brain.
So that says, according to him, for example, someone who had a stroke, they'll be able, and they can't move half their body, they'll be able to connect that to send electrical impulses to that certain part of the brain that's no longer receiving them, and they'll be able to move again like nothing. So
Really?
I think that's going to eventually take over the cell phone when people
check out that link. That's the webpage to read about that.
Neuralink, and that's super futuristic, and it's been occurring. He's been working this maybe 3 to 5 years now.
There was something that I seen on TV. It's called Aura, the Aura ring that you put on this ring. It's like a smartwatch, like a smart ring.
Oh yeah, like you don't need the smartwatch anymore.
Kind of. I mean, it tells you
like your heart.
It tells you, all that, your vitals, how you're sleeping, whether you're not sleeping well. For women, it tells you when you're going to have your monthly your menstrual cycle. It tells you a month in advance when you're going to get it, and it knows if you're feeling sad, if you're feeling under pressure, whatever. And I don't know. It's available now. It costs like $400. Pretty fascinating.
Now Neuralink in your brain, that's something else. I don't know.
I don't know, because what if they see? This is where people start thinking, all right, well, that means that they can control my brain, right? Make me do stuff I don't want to do.
Bluetooth.
Right.
Send messages to you, that you don't need or whatever.
Let me see. Where's Abel? Is he at the store? I'm going to program Abel to go pick me up Whataburger and bring it
to go buy whatever I want them to buy for me. Yeah. The hackers will be on that for sure.
Oh my goodness, that's a disaster waiting to happen right there.
Yep.
Oh, can you imagine? It's bad enough when your phone gets hacked or your Facebook account gets hacked or whatever, but can you imagine your brain getting hacked? I would truly be impressed if they can accurately forecast the weather for any further in the future than 12 hours. Yeah, that'd be something right there. That's for sure.
Impressive right there.
Yep.
I don't think humanity's ready for that.
Anyway, hopefully, if any of you win the lottery, you can remember to donate to your brothers from another mother here at Manny Behind the Mic. We'll gladly help you out with with your contribution, I should say. Yep. Just for giving you the advice, on what to do when you win.
We'll even say that somebody else won for you. Don't worry.
Yeah, we'll cover for you. We got your back. And yeah, so that's it's nice to dream, right?
I like this music. But yeah, it's nice to dream.
It is nice to dream. Now, don't waste your money. Instead of buying groceries, don't go and buy lottery tickets. But one time I went to buy. I was like, all right, I'm going to spend $20, and then I changed my mind. I'm just going to buy $15. So what does she do? The girl at the gas station,
accidentally
20. Huh. And I was like, no, I only want 15. Well, guess what? You got to buy them.
Oh, come on.
What if that jackpot is in one of those that you left there?
I see.
What if the jackpot of the $300 million is right there and those $5 that you decided not to take with you?
Well, you see, that's the other thing about the lottery stuff, bro. The lottery people never lose, right? I don't know what percentage they're paying out and how much they're keeping, but I'm sure they're keeping something. They never lose because once somebody wins the lottery, they'll probably go and spend another of their 10% or something of their whole spendings on the lottery again. They'll keep doing it. If they go broke, guess where they're gonna go? lottery tickets because hey man, I was a millionaire once and and they'll spend the rest of their life too doing the same thing.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I don't know.
I don't know about Texas. In Chicago and Illinois, all the lottery benefited the school system, the education system. I don't know if that money actually went there or not, but that was supposed to benefit the education system of Illinois. Yeah. And if that really happened, that'd be great. But yeah, I don't know. Anyway, it's nice to dream. Be careful. If you win, give us a call and we'll help you out. I promise we'll help you out. Really.
Yeah.
Let's see. David, quick pick for the win. I joined the pool. And okay, pools are a good way to win money. If the jackpot, like the one that was going to be almost $1 billion, it was 600 or 800 million or something like that. Or did it actually break $1 billion, right? I think it broke $1 billion. That's when you get your coworkers, or if you're a boss, get the whole company. Say, hey, you know what? Everybody pitch in $20. That's why $1,000 worth of these freaking tickets.
Dang.
Or something like
that.
And
then just split it or whatever.
Yeah. And then if we win, we split it equally with everybody. So that way you got to, even though with that kind of money, the odds of you winning are still minuscule. But you got to admit, buying $1,000 worth of tickets is better than buying, $5 worth of tickets, right? That's just a simple arithmetic there. So yeah, just good luck to you. To the winner that won in Brownsville in the southmost area. Well, I don't know where he's at, but he bought it at a Stripes gas station on southmost, not far from the airport. And $1 million, $1 million. So somebody woke up today very happy. If they even know. I wonder if they don't even know yet. But good luck to them. And always here to help. If you win money and you don't know what to do with it, we can help you out. We will help you out here at the offices of Manny Behind the Mic. Everyone, all right, I'm going to call it a night. Waiting for Mr. Vela to get back so I can say good night instead of us not being here when he gets back. Right? That's kind of funny. I'm doing another program with Miguel Escobar, PA. He's a PA, and we're going to talk about kids this time. How can we keep kids healthy? How do we keep kids healthy, not the adults? And that's a whole other topic. The adults and schools are closing, and teachers don't want to go back to school because of the COVID, and things are getting way out of control. But that's for another show.
Huge spike.
But I did want to talk about, huge spike, apparently. I mean, it's a spike in positives, but it's not like people are dropping dead.
Right.
And the positive is, okay, he's got a cold. You got sniffles, you got a sore throat and a cough, and then 2 days later it's gone. If you just have that, I'll say it, don't get tested. Just stay home. Don't go to work. Don't go to school. Stay home and take care of it like a cold.
Well, I just think that the whole testing part is only to cover your behind when you're going for work. Not to say, hey, here's the proof or whatever. But the right thing to do is stay home for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
it's hit home, dude. This one hit home. During Christmas time. So my sisters, my sisters, their daughters, they all, came down from everywhere. They hung out at my mom's. People got sick. I don't hang out nowhere, dude. Not even Christmas time. I don't care if it's my family. Because of that. I'm not vaccinated, so I'm going to take the extra step to make sure that I'm chilling. But a lot of, there was some of my family got sick there. Luckily my mom didn't. I don't know how, but
yeah.
But at the same time, I run the risk because I visit my mom every single day, except for those days. And It's just crazy. It's hitting home. That's how I know that it's actually, like you said, it's a spike. It's out there.
Yeah, you hear it. I think what do we call it? I don't know if it's a threat level or not. Whatever Brownsville's calling it, with the level of meter that says,
yeah,
we're at a serious or level 3 or 4, whatever. I don't know. All these locations that are offering free testing the lines are ridiculous.
Crazy, bro.
People are waiting hours and hours to get tested. I just think people are panicking too much right now. It's like just because somebody's got sniffles, now they want to go get tested for COVID. Or somebody has a cold, they want to go get tested for COVID. It's like, just stay home, give it a few days, treat it like a cold. Don't go out, stay home, and get yourself better. And then if you don't get better after a few days, okay, fine, we'll get tested. Just don't panic.
Anxiety will kill you before the virus does.
Yeah. David, good night, buddy. Thanks for hanging out. All right, I'm going to call it a night.
Let's go.
Everyone, thank you for hanging out with us. It was fun, for sure. Nice to dream, like we said. I bet all these people are going to have dreams about winning the lottery tonight. If you have a dream about winning the lottery, let me know, please.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Somebody here wins it one day.
And if you actually win, let us know, too. You can make a donation to the page, for helping you out, right?
Small, that 10%.
Yeah, 1% even.
1%.
Yeah. All right.
Good night.
Thanks for hanging out with us, Abel, sir. Thank you for hanging out with me. We'll be back. I don't know. I'll figure out tomorrow. I'm not going to think about it right now.
See ya.
You guys have a good night, everybody.
Good night.
Later.